World's Toughest Mudder is a 24-hour race. This year it's going to be in the desert near Las Vegas. It is kind of a mystery because you don't know exactly what's going to be out there. That's part of the challenge. But we do know that it'll be a 5-mile loop with probably 20 to 30 obstacles per loop. I'll be soaking wet the whole time and be muddy, have gone through ice, water, electric shock, tight spaces, different forms of sand and gravel, carrying some things and climbing things as well. So that's the gist of it. It's kind of using all different types of terrain and fitness levels, monkey bars, gymnastics rings. So it's completing as many laps as you can within 24 hours, trying not to sleep, trying not to rest too long, and I believe it has about a 10% completion rate of how many people kind of go all throughout the night and do that. There'll be over 1,000 athletes, usually from all over the world, of different kind of backgrounds, of different calibers. So that's kind of a little bit of a summary of that, and there's some videos I've posted in the same area on the blog there that give you a little bit of a atmosphere for the event. Why would someone choose to do this? We'll put it this way: when you guys joined the gym, you probably maybe felt a little bit nervous and excited at the same time, and that is, in my experience, a very good place to be in terms of growing as a human being, not just with your health, but transferring across all aspects of your life. This is that thing for me at this point in time. I'm excited and I'm nervous. There is some fear there as well, for sure. I'm not certain I can do it. Maybe you guys felt that as well when you joined. You don't know if you have what it takes, but you're gonna try anyway. So that's one of the main reasons. I also think it's important for us as staff to be reaching for those things, to set good examples. If we're asking you guys to do all kinds of things and to take that next step, we better be doing that in our own lives, or else it's just very hypocritical, and that's just not living with a lot of integrity. So that's going to look very different for each one of you and each one of our staff, but we want to be striving for things that challenge us, that's going to make us better, not just in our fitness, but in life as well. Being disciplined for our families, for our friends, for strangers, for our workplaces. I feel that this is going to be very helpful for me in that way. Jen and Jack are both coming. We haven't actually inquired officially if Jack's allowed to come, but we will bring him anyways. Basically, Jen is going to be in a tent area, very small space. I believe it's like a 10 by 10 space we're allowed to have, with a little tent and little area there. So every lap I can come back and refuel. Jen can help tell me about my pace, help me with any food, any gear adjustments, first aid that I need, and Jack will just be there chilling out and enjoying the experience, and maybe probably have no memory of this when he's older, but they'll be there, and I'll be relying on Jen for not only just the motivation, but also just physical help as the race goes on, and yeah, just making sure that I'm not resting too much and being hard on me that way. Did a lot of things I haven't done before, a lot of running, which I'm not used to. I did over 400 kilometers, pretty much in the dark, on hills and in trails, mostly in a couple areas just outside the city. I swam about a dozen times, probably over 700 lengths total for recovery and to increase endurance, and I'm probably one of the worst swimmers you'll ever meet. So that was very challenging to get up for that mentally. I did some spin cycling by my own early in the morning, and then traditional strength training, and focused on grip training, as that's something that is a huge requirement for this event. Also went to bed between 9:30 and 10, I would say 90% of the time over the last couple months, and maybe did about 75 to 80 training sessions in those 2 months. So I wanted to make sure it was done early in the morning so it didn't affect the rest of my day. In terms of goals, the one goal I had was to show up to the starting line uninjured, and I'm pretty much done that. Other than that, I kind of have to just make goals as I go because I don't have any real concrete specifics about the course. So I would say the next one would be to go as long as possible without sleeping and still be moving at the end. But that might not be realistic for me, but that would be ideal. In terms of mileage, I don't know, again, the course, so I can't really say. I know in my mind 50 to 75 miles would put me probably in the top 100. But again, those are just nice numbers to think about, but they're not rooted in anything realistic at this point. So show up uninjured and then go as long as I can without sleeping, and then I'm sure the results will speak for themselves if I'm able to stay injury-free, relatively speaking. And if not, my goal needs to be try to find a way to be okay with whatever outcome happens. And that's probably the most challenging goal of them all. Nutritionally, this is one of the trickier things, as the 2 or 3 things that are important is that you need salt, you need sugar, and you need to be hydrated. A big emphasis on carbohydrates in the event as opposed to fats, protein a little bit. So there's going to be a lot of gels, chocolate gels, fruit flavored gels. I have the ones that are a little bit more healthy content, but again, it's not ideal. I have some electrolyte mixed drinks. I also have some Gort bars. And then for regular food, quote unquote, I need, again, salt and high calorie stuff available all the time. So you're looking at baked potatoes with salt all over them, looking at Nutella and honey sandwiches, chips, pizza. I'm going to have a mixture of everything because the priority is to get in a lot of calories and a lot of salt and sugar so that you can fuel your body. If you're feeling like your body's shutting down, it's pretty much too late and you haven't kept up the sugar and salt requirements. And again, I'll just have to figure that out as I go because I've never done anything this long. So it's a lot of things that typically are not going to be a good regular habit, but for one day, that's the type of fuel I'm going to need, considering you could burn between 8,000 to 15,000 calories in that amount of time.